Is there a purpose for the pain in life? I'm Mr. Brown with Proclaim Ministries. I think there can be many reasons for the pain that we experience in our lives, but here's one clear one found in 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 8 and 9. It says this, "For we do not want you to be unaware, brothers, of the affliction we experienced in Asia. For we were so utterly burdened beyond our strength that we despaired of life itself. Indeed, we felt that we had received the sentence of death. But that was to make us not rely on ourselves, but on God who raises the dead." Here Paul's saying, listen, we've had some problems, we experienced some pain, and the purpose of that pain was to make us not rely on ourselves, but on God, who's so powerful, he can raise the dead. Think about that. Now, I know for me, there's been times in my life I want to rely on my own strength, my own power, my own ability, and not on God. And one of the evidences of that is my lack of prayer. Anybody with me? Be honest. I think prayer is one of the main ways we express that we need help from God. Because listen, you can fake a lot of stuff, right? You can fake going to church, just showing up, not paying attention. You can fake singing. You can even fake praying in front of other people. But you can't fake praying with just you and God, because it's just you and God. That leaves you very vulnerable. And prayer really says, you know what, God, I can't do this myself. I'm helpless, right? And sometimes when you have a lot of success, sometimes you begin to rely on that success or rely on your talents and not on God. And I don't know if this was going on with Paul, because Paul had a lot of success with missionary journeys. He was establishing churches. He was doing great. And maybe he started relying on, I don't know. But I know I have the tendency, and maybe you do too, to rely on yourselves. Listen, he says, God who has the power to raise the dead. Now, you might be strong, but you ain't that strong. You can't raise the dead, right? So whatever problems you're going through right now, whether the physical problems, physical pain, emotional pain, social pain, family pain, whatever it is, I don't know all that God is working. I know God is at work in our lives all the time. That's why he says in James, "Count it all joy, my brethren, when you face trials of many kind, knowing the testing of your faith proves patience, and let patience have its perfect work, that you may be mature, lacking nothing." So I know God is up to, I'm confident that God is working in my life. I know what it says in Philippians chapter 1, verse 6, that he who began a good work in you is faithful to complete it till the day of Jesus Christ. So I have confidence that God is at work in my life. And one of the ways he works is through that pain to remind me I cannot rely on myself because I can't do it. And that shows up in day-to-day life. Like, you've ever driven somewhere? I'm just going to talk about me, right? I was driving somewhere and I got there, right? But on the way back, I figured, okay, I got there so I can find my way back. So I chose not to use the navigation system in the car, nor the navigation system on my phone. I'm going to use the navigation system right here because I got this. You know what? I didn't have this. Not only did I make one wrong turn, I made 2 or 3 and lost track because I got totally lost. And then I had to put on the GPS to find my way out. In the simpler way, I didn't use what was right there for me. Do you know that as followers of Christ, we have access to God? And when you're feeling that pain, you're feeling that lostness, simply talk to God. That doesn't mean he's going to remove the pain. But one of the purposes of that pain is to cause you not to rely on yourself, but on God, who even has the power to raise the dead. Is there a purpose for pain in life? Yeah, God works out many different reasons for it. But one clear one is that we will learn to not rely on ourselves, but on God, who has the power to even raise the dead. May we rely on his power, not our own, to navigate our lives, to live lives given to him for his glory and his honor. Pain, let it serve its purpose, ultimate purpose, to rely on God.